How can the government take your property using eminent domain? Imagine a city planning to build a new highway or a public park that could benefit thousands of residents. Sometimes, these projects requiring more land than the government currently owns. This is where eminent domain comes into play. It is a legal process that allows government authorities to acquire private property for public use. But how exactly does this process work, and what steps are involved? The process begins with the government identifying a specific property necessary for a public project. Once the need is established, the government must demonstrate that the taking is for a legitimate public purpose. Common reasons include infrastructure development, schools, hospitals, or utilities. The government then offers to purchase the property from the owner at fair market value, which is the price the property would likely fetch in an open market. If the property owner agrees to the offer, the transaction proceeds smoothly. However, disagreements often arise over the valuation or the necessity of the taking. In such cases, the government can initiate eminent domain proceedings through the courts. The owner is then entitled to a legal hearing where both parties can present evidence regarding the property's value and the public purpose. The court reviews the case and determines whether the taking is lawful and if the compensation offered is adequate. Compensation is a critical aspect of eminent domain. The government is required to pay the property owner just compensation, which generally means the fair market value of the property at the time of the taking. This includes considerations for the property's current use, potential uses, and any damages caused by the taking. In some instances, owners may also be entitled to additional damages for consequential losses or inconvenience. It is important to note that the government cannot take property arbitrarily. The process involves legal safeguards to protect property owners' rights. Owners have the right to challenge the taking in court if they believe it is not for a public purpose or if the compensation offered is insufficient. The courts then decide whether the eminent domain process was properly followed and whether the taking is justified. In summary, the government can take your property through eminent domain by demonstrating a public need, offering fair compensation, and following legal procedures. While it is a powerful tool for public development, it also includes protections to ensure property owners are treated fairly throughout the process.